I started to take SMMA really seriously in the start of June of 2022, and I was in the trenches just like you guys. I was making cold calls every single day, around 50 to 100, sending cold emails, approximately of the same number myself every single day, as well as even joining Facebook groups so I could send business owners personal messages, as well as DMing on Instagram pretty much every single day. I was just in the trenches just like you guys, doing a bunch of cold outreach every single day, and when things wouldn't work, I would end up going back to the YouTube rabbit hole just like you guys, watching all these SMMA gurus talk about how our cold outreach sucks, we're not doing enough volume, we're not doing enough cold calls, how our offer sucks, everything. So trust me, I've been in the trenches just like you guys. I've been through the exact processes that you have, and I've also struggled to see results. And it was only until I actually kept with it and only started to actually learn what to do by actual experience was that I actually figured out how to run a successful SMMA. So in this video, I'm going to break down the biggest secrets of running an SMMA that I only learned by actually doing and not from watching these YouTube videos. So if you're lucky enough to stumble across this video, I'm actually really happy for you, because none of this information is actually on YouTube, and it's actually only something that I learned from constantly doing. I'm willing to share all of this information because I actually don't run an SMMA anymore, and I'll actually touch on to why I don't run an SMMA anymore towards the end of this video. So I actually have really nothing to hide, and that's why I'm willing to share all of these secrets. And by making this video, I don't want to discourage anyone from starting an SMMA, because I truly believe that it is a lucrative business model and it is a great business model. However, these gurus do market as a get rich quick kind of scheme where you live this where you just live this luxury life of driving Lamborghinis, you live in Bali, you're a digital nomad, you do whatever you want. That's way further down the line, and that's just not information that you need to be consuming as a complete beginner. And like I said, because I don't run an SMMA anymore, I want to give you the exact truth and nothing but the truth so that you guys can actually start seeing some success with it. And also the fourth tip that I provide in this 4 biggest secrets that I'm providing overall, the fourth one is probably the most important, especially if you're trying to sign clients right now and are actively running an SMMA. This point is exactly for you, so I recommend watching this video in its entirety. Without further ado, let's get right into this video, and please leave a comment, like, or subscribe if you get any value from this video. Thank you. The very first tip or very first secret that I want to get into is that a lot of people, when trying to start SMMA to begin with, don't know what they're doing, so they resort to YouTube and they watch these SMA gurus. The first secret that I want to give you is that all of these videos are carefully made to confuse you even more and give you convoluted information. These videos are actually not made to help you, but to actually confuse you even more, so that they incentivize you to actually buy their paid course. Well, these videos will tell you to do more cold outreach that you're doing, to fix your offer, to do this, to do that. And ultimately, you'll just end up still seeing no success, but you'll actually just be more burnt out, less motivated, and less willing to go forward. And what happens when you do all of that? When the free information doesn't work, what happens? You think that if I actually pay for this course where all of their good information is, all these gurus say, if you really want to take things to the next level, I highly recommend you pay for my course. These videos are made so that you get left feeling more burnt out and less motivated, so that you take the easy route of buying a course. Courses have been marketed now that if you just buy this course, you're going to start seeing the success that you didn't see before. I'm going to let you right now that even these paid courses don't contain any information that'll actually help you, because it just creates more competition in the marketplace. So I highly recommend, when first starting out, do not watch any single one of these videos, because they don't contain any information that you actually need and will only leave you more confused when you first started. Only SMMA guru that had some logical information and actually some practical advice was Montel Gordon. I highly recommend, if you want to start taking SMA really seriously, that you check out his YouTube channel, and he's honestly the only one on all of YouTube that provides honest and practical information. Everyone else is just trying to get you to buy a course that also doesn't help. With that being said, let's move on to the second tip. The second tip is that even if you're a complete beginner and starting SMMA, you need to build a team. You cannot do this alone. Again, burning out is very common with SMMA, and you cannot do it all alone. There are 3 aspects of SMMA that come all together to running the business. The first thing is lead generation. Lead generation and booking appointments is the very first aspect of this, because you need appointments on your calendar to start setting meetings. From there, once you start having meetings, not everyone's going to sign with you, right? So closing clients is the second part of this equation. From there, once you're able to actually close a client, the third part of this equation is service delivery. So actually providing the service for them and retaining them. All three of these aspects are full-time jobs within their own. They're 9 to 5s alone. Getting consistent booked appointments will take you all day. Servicing these clients is also something that'll take you all day, and closing clients, if you actually watch a lot of these gurus, all they do is actually close clients all day long as well. So if you try to do, you don't even have enough hours in a day to do all three alone, and even if you did, that's just impossible to actually do for more than 2 or 3 days straight. So you need to build a team. So this actually leads me to my bonus tip of the second tip, which is that you need to have at least $3,000 saved to be put solely into running an SMMA. I swear I hate the videos that say get started with this business model with $0. There's no business model that you can start with $0, and SMMA is definitely not one of them. Between paying a team to either do the lead generation for you, the service delivery, or I don't recommend doing the closing. I recommend doing the closing the clients yourself and not paying someone else to do it. But between paying someone to do the other two aspects of these three parts of this equation is ultimately, honestly, on the lower end, if you're lucky, going to cost anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. So I highly recommend you at least have $3,000 saved and put away and willing to actually, like, honestly lose it when first starting out. And you cannot start this business model without a team and without $3,000 saved. This third tip is absolutely life-changing, and this is the biggest, honestly, secret that I really don't see many gurus talking about, because like I said, I think they honestly all work together to leave you more confused. And that's cold outreach simply does not work. And with that being said, running ads is the only way to consistently and to effectively sign clients. Do you really think cold calling or cold emailing a complete stranger, you don't know them and they don't know you, do you think by picking up the phone and interrupting them during their business, during the time where they're trying to put food on the table for their family, do you think interrupting them and causing them to lose money to listen to you, a random 18-year-old who's trying to pitch them some shitty service that you saw some YouTube guru telling you to pitch, is a good idea? Do you really think that they would want to listen to what you have to say, as well as they've already heard this offer or this service that you've pitched to them around 100 times before? If you think you're the only one that's called them before pitching a service, you're sorely mistaken. To give you an example, there was actually one guy who worked in a clinic that I was trying to get more appointments for. Luckily, the service that I offered was actually very good and very different, so he didn't get too mad at me. He actually told me that he was receiving 12 times the amount of pitch calls, like marketing calls, in comparison to amount of patients who were looking to book appointments. Imagine how annoying that must have been for this guy, that he's receiving 12 times the amount of people who are trying to pitch him some shitty service compared to people who actually need whatever it is that he did. So cold outreach simply does not work. If you think by doing more cold calls a day is a good idea, it isn't. It just from my own experience, please don't do it. And cold emailing is also equally bad. Please just stick away from it. Please just stay away from it as much as you can. I don't care if you read the book $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozy. There's only so many variations and only so many guarantees you can offer before it just becomes saturated. Trust me, everyone and their mom has offered the same thing to the same business owners. I don't care what it is your offer. I don't care what your offer it is. Please just stick away from cold outreach altogether. And again, another bonus tip, because I'm feeling very generous today, another bonus tip that I'm willing to share with you is that there's this notion that running ads is extremely expensive, and it can be if you don't do it correctly. However, running ads is actually cheaper than doing cold outreach. Like I said, if you hire a team to do cold outreach for you, there's an expense with it in itself. And because it doesn't work, you're going to keep investing in it. And because getting clients through cold outreach is really, really difficult, I'm sure you can maybe 1 out of 1,000 if you're lucky, and you keep doing this, it actually ends up being more expensive than running ads. And this is something that people don't tell you, that running ads is not only more effective because you launch an ad and people come to you. You're not interrupting them. They're coming to you with an offer that you've proposed just out to the world. And these are people who are genuinely interested in what you have to say and what you have to offer and are coming to you. And when you learn how to run ads correctly, it actually becomes very, very cheap. You can start to learn how to run effective ads by just spending $10 to $20 a day. I promise you, hiring a team to do cold outreach is way, way more expensive. and I encourage you to learn how to run ads or pay someone to do this for you, you can learn how to spend a very small amount per day and see some massive results. So just to recap, do not engage in cold outreach. Please do not. I don't care if you need money now, if you need money later. I promise it won't work, and you're gonna end up feeling really discouraged and end up quitting. So don't do cold outreach. Running ads is the only way to sign clients. Now, as I stated in the beginning of this video, this fourth step, I said if you're currently running an SMMA right now and are trying to sign clients, this fourth step is especially crucial because there's a lot of misconceptions about this step, and it ultimately just leaves people more confused and demotivated to continue going. What is this fourth secret? Do not focus on service delivery at all until you're starting to make $5,000 a month profit. Only focus on lead generation completely until you're making $5,000 a month profit. A lot of people and a lot of gurus are telling you to learn service delivery because how will you be able to pitch an effective offer if you don't know how to service your client? While this makes sense theoretically, you must understand that the backbone or the lifeline of SMMA is clients. If you don't have clients, you don't have a business and you don't have an agency. You just have an idea of it. And the more and more time that you spend trying to learn service delivery in the beginning, you'll ultimately really realize that service delivery is actually really difficult to do. And it's going to discourage you from actually going out there and doing what you need to do, which is signing clients. If you don't have clients, why would you learn service delivery? You don't have anyone to service. And another thing is, you'll realize there are so many steps that go on before service delivery, such as lead generation, booking them for a meeting, talking with them on the meeting and closing the clients, sending them the contract to sign, and then onboarding them. There are so many steps in this process that could go wrong before you even do any service delivery. By the time you even try to get any idea of service delivery, you'll quickly realize that when you start doing the cold outreach or doing any outreach, I don't recommend doing cold outreach, but once you actually start getting onto these meetings, that there's so much that could go wrong that you become demotivated and be like, I just spent so much of this time trying to figure out how to service my clients that I don't even know how to sign clients to begin with. When first starting out, you need to have like a disgusting and a demonic focus on just trying to sign clients. I don't care how badly you do. I don't care how badly you do with your first client in terms of service delivery. Everyone loses their first client. You need to have the proof of concept that SMMA works. And what that means is that you can actually sign a client to begin with. You should do is, like I said, have a disgusting focus on signing clients. And when you first sign that client, take the money that they give you into investing into a course or investing into a team member or someone to teach you how to do service delivery. By doing it this way, once you actually have a client, now the pressure's on. Now the time is ticking to actually learn how to do service delivery, and you have an actual need to learn service delivery. Now, how much more motivated and how much more are you going to retain when it comes to service delivery to actually helping your client? When you do it the other way around, you're just kind of learning something for a just-in-case scenario, and it's better to do something in a just-in-time scenario. Now that when someone's actually here, you have to do everything in your power to actually learn service delivery, because if you don't, they're going to leave. But even in the beginning, I strongly suggest until you're making $5,000 a month profit, even then it sounds bad to say, but even then I wouldn't care too much about service delivery, because you need that money to basically motivate you to keep going. In SMMA, this is a business model that you can burn out extremely quickly if you don't do it correctly. And it's something that requires a lot of trials and tribulations, and it's very easy to give up and quit. And by you constantly signing clients, that's honestly half of the equation right there. And it gives you the motivation and the hope that you can keep going. Whereas if you just continue consuming content to learn how to do service delivery, but haven't signed any clients, you're gonna quickly realize that this business model is not for you, that it sucks, that it's difficult, and you're just gonna quit. So everything that I'm telling you in this video is how to keep going and to stay motivated and to not quit. And these are all things that I learned the hard way, because doing cold outreach, learning service delivery, and doing all of these things first is not what's important. You need to sign clients as soon as you can, and you need to take that money to learn service delivery from there. So those were all the tips that I had for this video. And like I said in the beginning of this video, the reason why I'm giving all of this information away is because I don't run an SMMA anymore. And I was gonna explain why I don't. And the reason for that is because, quite frankly, I'm not passionate about making other businesses more money. Like, I was trying to help auto detailers, moving companies, and even medical spas trying to make more money every single month. I quite frankly did not care if they made more money or not, and something I just truly wasn't passionate about. And it's very hard for me to continue to wake up every day to try to learn service delivery, because I learned the lead generation side of it. It's very difficult for me to spend all of my time trying to help them when that's not really something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I gave up in June of 2023. And I'm moving on to different business models right now that I'm trying out right now, and in the future I will probably make videos as to how those have gone and biggest lessons I've learned from those. But if servicing clients, talking to clients, and getting businesses results is something that you truly are passionate about and are truly care about, then I suggest SMMA is for you. If that's not the case, I would stay away from this business model, because even if you have everything nailed down and everything chalked out, if getting clients results isn't something that's truly important to you, this is going to ultimately feel like just a big chore and a big laborious task. So I would recommend staying away from it. But again, I really want to point out that this video was not to discourage you from starting SMMA, but rather just show you how to actually succeed with it. This is a business model that you can see success in, and it is very lucrative if you do the right things. However, without the correct information, you'll go down a very deep rabbit hole, leaving you very burnt out, very stressed, and losing a lot of money. So I hope you got a lot of value from this video, and if you learned anything from this video that helped you at all, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.